for those things that we have to switch around, but it's true, we try to stay in our products, and I think we have some fantastic products. But first of all, thanks for the opportunity to talk to you a little bit about what we think about marketing in the age of assistant, what we mean by that, and also introduce you a little bit what you're probably most interested in, what we do on the hotel space. But first of all, I mean, I did try to learn Turkish a little bit, so to understand what you said, and I did Duolingo.
Okay.
Right?
Perfect. And you have it here. I think I forgot. Do you want to use this?
No, because I don't have the sticker here, so it doesn't work.
Yes, right. Okay.
Okay, cool. So I tried Duolingo, and you know, it was actually difficult to learn Turkish in 10 minutes, so I forgot most of it. But what I remember is this one, Bir Almaye. So, and it's the first sentence they teach in Duolingo when you start the first lesson. So if you see the pre-presentation there talked about what to expect, what customer want, if you see a lot of tourists saying this sentence, it's because Duolingo teaches how to eat apple, or I eat apple, basically. Anyway, so anybody heard of Moore's Law? Moore's Law is, in 1965, Gordon Moore, the co-founder of Intel, stated that the computing power will double every 18 months. Or to put it differently, the cost of memory will actually decrease every 18 months, or half every 18 months. This is true till today. And it's the basis, and it's called Moore's Law, and this is the basis of the digital revolution. Things can happen faster, quicker, and cheaper. This is hard to grasp. So let me give you a few examples. So my mobile phone, or a regular mobile phone, in the 60s would cost $1 billion and would be the size of a house. Or a different example, this beautiful Volkswagen Beetle, in a resolution coming from the 60s probably, if Moore's Law would be applicable to the auto industry, which clearly isn't and hasn't changed as fast as other industries, this car should go 3,000 kilometers an hour, should cost only 3 cents, and should use only 1 tank of gas during its entire lifetime. Clearly, some industries have had to develop quicker than others. And the auto industry, if you think about it, hasn't really developed the last 40 years. Nothing really has happened there, big. What did happen, though, is the mobile revolution. So this is like the famous example and the famous picture of the PayPal inauguration in 2005. The same moment, only 8 years later, you see everybody taking pictures, capturing the moment via smartphones or via their tablets there. You see the digital revolution starting with this picture already there. But it's hard to grasp actually that the smartphone is only 10 years old, 10 to 12 years old. So you can't overstate the impact mobile had on our life, on advertising, on your company, on travel, and on traveling itself. Mobile has given such powers to consumer, the power to get exactly what they want instantly and effortlessly. Just think about if you go out now to order a taxi. 20 years ago, you had very few options. You can just wait for a taxi to come up. Currently, there's many options for you. There's a concierge, you can call somebody, the hotel can call somebody, you have apps on Uber. So things dramatically changed due to the mobile revolution also. And it also has completely shaken up things for us as marketeers, forcing us to retool and rethink our strategies for the empowered consumer. And we can expect this to go on and to continue only in the future. Mobile has set the stage, and advantages in data and machine learning are enabling a world where technology is all around us, not just at the physical device we carry around us. Our experiences with technology are becoming more universal, more natural, and much more intelligent. Let me walk you through a few of those examples, what we actually mean by that. So the classical example, and probably the most obvious example, is actually the Google Assistant. So what we mean by the Google Assistant is a piece of software running across several devices. So what you see here, for example, Google Assistant is running on smart watches, it's running on glasses, it's running on TV screens, it's running on phones, it's running on Nest thermostats, it's running on payment, it's running in cars, and it's running on Google Home. So Google Assistant is not Google Home. Google Assistant is a piece of software that many devices get. But what Google Assistant is, for sure, it's a natural way of interacting with technology. Think about how artificial it is to type in keywords like weather Berlin, weather Istanbul. With Google Assistant, you can naturally interact, speak in your language with technology. It's a totally different way of interacting with technology and caters for the modern consumer there. What Google Assistant also is, it's very personal. It's your assistant. Google Assistant knows your name. It knows where you are. You just have to ask for the weather, and it knows that you're here in Istanbul. So it's a very, very personal experience. You might have heard last week we announced at CES that towards the end of the month, there will be 1 billion Google devices equipped with Google Assistant. So this is there. This is happening. What we also announced, you might have heard, is that it's now possible to do, on a very small scale, in the US, on mobile, to do hotel bookings via the assistant. Not completely voice, so it's assisted via like a screen, but it's possible actually now to do hotel bookings via the assistant. Anybody have seen or heard about Google Lens? 1, 2, great. So Google Lens is a fascinating product. You should, if you have an Android phone, if you have the Google Photo app, if you have the camera, you should have that. What it does, it's blurring the digital and the real world. So if you have the phone, you take out the phone, you take out the camera, you direct it at one building, at one plant, one product, activate Google Lens, and it might tell, or it will very, very likely tell you what this object is. So in this case, for example, in San Francisco, somebody pointed at this tower, and as Google Lens actually identified this tower as the Koi Tower and provided information. So what this is blurring, with the help of technology, real and digital world. Google Translate is one of our most, or one of our best, most popular products. So it has 500 million users, and it translates more than 100 language pairs. So it's highly relevant, it's highly likable by users. What we have done then is we combined Translate with Google Voice and Google Assistant, and we built the Pixelbud. So a Pixelbud is a it's high technology, it's high resolution earphone that has the Google Assistant included and as a core functionality translation. So what you can do with that is actually, and this is, I think, really, really helpful for the hospitality industry. If somebody talks in a foreign language to you, you can simultaneously, Google Translate or the Pixelbud will simultaneously translate it, and you can simultaneously hear this person in your natural language, even though you don't speak the language. Just think about what this does with your hospitality, being you as a hotelier. I talked to somebody in Budapest a while ago, similar hotel than this one. He said that in any given day, there are 10 different nationalities there, and he doesn't speak most of the language. Just think about what this does if you don't have to look on a screen, if you can interact with this person in your natural language. The eye contact, it's a totally different kind of interaction there. And this is what we mean by helpful technology also for the modern consumer. Last example there, Google Photos. So I have more than 30,000 pictures. I've never tagged a single picture. If I search, however, for a dog at the beach, Google Photos returns all photos with dogs at the beach. This is a frictionless experience. I've never done anything on identifying those pictures. But this is what technology can do, what consumers also expect from companies. The thing is that consumers don't just expect those things from companies like Google. Consumers expect this also from you, from the industry. Consumers expect brands to leverage technology to provide helpful and personal, frictionless experiences. To give you just one example, it might be different than what we do. It's definitely on a different level. But we did a survey in the US around mobile use and the importance of mobile. And 75% of American consumers actually said that they stopped buying a product because of a slow mobile website. And this is impacting everybody here. So technology has an impact how you perform as a business. But to summarize it, what consumers expect is assistance. Now let me show a video.
Όταν χτύπησε η κρίση, όλους μας. Και η μεγάλη μου η κόρη έμεινε χωρίς δουλειά και ο γαμπρός μου. Και η μικρή μου η κόρη, ο άντρας της έμεινε χωρίς δουλειά μόλις παντρεύτηκε μετά από 1 μήνα. Κάναμε ό,τι μπορούσαμε για να τους στηρίξουμε. Και τότε έχασε και ο άντρας μου τη δουλειά του. Έτσι χρειάστηκε να πάρουμε μία από τις δυσκολότερες αποφάσεις της ζωής μας. Να φύγουμε από την Αθήνα, να αφήσουμε τις χώρες και τα εγγόνια μας πίσω. Έπρεπε όμως να το κάνουμε. Σε εμάς στηριζόντουσαν όλοι. Έτσι μετακομίσαμε στη γενέτειρα του άντρα μου στη Μεσσαριά για να ξεκινήσουμε κάτι δικό μας. Με τα λίγα χρήματα που μας είχαν απομείνει, αποφασίσαμε να μετατρέψουμε αυτά τα εγκαταλειμμένα σπίτια στο δικό μας μικρό ξενοδοχείο. Ήταν τόσο δύσκολα. Όταν το ανοίξαμε την πρώτη μέρα, νόμιζα ότι ξαναγεννήθηκα. Μία μέρα, ένας γείτονάς μου σύστησε την Αντιγόνη από την Google. Βρισκόταν στο χωριό για να δείξει σε εταιρείες πώς να χρησιμοποιούν το διαδίκτυο. Τώρα πια μπορώ να κάνω όλα αυτά τα πράγματα μόνη μου. Καλωσορίζουν επισκέπτες από όλο τον κόσμο. Δεν ήταν εύκολο, αλλά είμαι περήφανη για αυτά που χτίσαμε.
So many of you are entrepreneurs. You are leading a hotel. You founded a hotel, and this has been a fantastic initiative from my colleagues in Greece, and it shows actually, and is a great example of the impact of entrepreneurship has specifically for travel also, and it's also amazing to see what direct impact online, digital has on people's life and on businesses of all sizes. Having said that, our mission in travel is directly derived from the concept of assistant, and it's also catering for the modern consumer. And our mission, our travel mission, Google's travel mission for travel, is to be the trusted place where travelers go for the most relevant information to make faster, effortless decisions. That's what we're going to do, and that's in the last remaining 5 minutes, I'm going to introduce you what this actually means from a product perspective. I'm leading the vertical search unit from Google for a part of Europe. And I would like to introduce you a little bit around what we do on the vertical search side. If you talk about vertical search, we mean a vertically deep integrated product which is more than just ad text. It's usually more information. We need to go deeper in industry, for example, getting price and availability from the airline industry or from the hotel industry. So by building our products, we actually looked at the 5 stages of the classic 5 stages of travel. Each travel actually has, doesn't matter if you order a taxi or if you book like a dream vacation, once in a lifetime destination. All of those decisions are actually taken around what we believe the 5 stages of travel, which is exploring, planning, deciding, booking, and on the go. And we have built over the course of the year products all around those. From destinations on Google, beautiful, curated, sometimes optimized content for destinations, for cities, for point of interest. Over packages. Packages is very popular in Europe. We are just in the infancy, just relaunched our experience in Germany. And an interesting detail here also, Google is an American company, but packages have been launched not in the US, have been launched in Europe. I think that's a big step for us, but it's not currently very obvious to everybody. It's not launched here, but you will see probably in the next upcoming quarter a lot more around that. Google Flight Search, our first product that we launched as a vertical search product. It's our poster product for sure. It is lightning fast. It has a very, very high accurate content, lots of airlines, and we are currently building a lot of differentiators. Starting from comparison with or without bags over indication if the prices might actually go up there. Vacation rentals are also in its infancies. You won't see that much, but we are currently building it out, and you will hear probably a lot more around that in the upcoming quarters and years. And then if you're in the destination, the Trips app. Trips is a fascinating app. If you don't have it, please download it. I used it last night to walk around Istanbul. It gives you walking tours. It gives you a recommendation. It explains what the different attractions are. And it also helps you choosing restaurants or attractions or tickets and so on. Last but not least, hotel ads and hotel search. And let me quickly introduce you, because this is probably the most interesting here in this room, what we mean by hotel ads and hotel search. Just to clarify all the different things that are happening on our website. If you search for a hotel, Shangri-La Beijing, what you see here, and most of you know that, but just to make sure that everybody's on the same page here. What you see on top is still AdWords. This is Google Ads, formerly known as AdWords. What you see here is what we call knowledge panel. It's not an advertising product, it's an organic product. And if you haven't claimed your Google My Business listing, you should do immediately, because this is actually a chance for you to influence this content here. And what you see here then, and this has been added when we launched Google Hotel Ads, is the hotel search unit. So what we show here is partners that are able to sell a room for a certain date pair, for a certain itinerary, and meet certain criteria. They show up here. If a user then decides for a real hotel, you might see this experience. It might look a little bit different, but this UI, this experience here, and this is a supplier direct link, is what we call the hotel ad. Here it becomes like a paid advertising solution. So how do you get there? And I think few of you here in the room already talked about that, but it's in principle comparatively easy. We need few information, because we show only if you have availability and if you have a price. So we will not show you if you don't give us a price. We will not show you if you're sold out, for example, or closed. So we need price and availability feeds for that. Also, in order to show up advertising solution, we need some form of bid. This bid could be a CPC, it could be a commission. There's several variables around that. So if those two things are done, are given, then you will show up with your ad. Unfortunately, I would love to talk with everybody here, but due to the fragmentation of the European market specifically, it's just impossible for us to talk with each and every hotel. So what we've introduced due to that is like a group, like a network of what we call integration partners. So we have more than 100 companies currently being integration partners and helping helping hotel suppliers, groups, chains like you to integrate in our systems there. There's more than a couple of 10,000 hotels globally are actually using this, this service by the integration partners already. And I'm also happy to say that Book Online Now, Costas over there, and Erhan also cooperate and also have recently been certified as being a Google integration partner. So if you are interested in participating, then please come up to me. I'll be happy to talk, happy to have a discussion. Talk to those two, or my colleague Ömer is over there. Actually, he's the local Google representative for the hotel industry, and he's probably having, also would like to have a chat with you in Turkish too. Having said that, thanks a lot for your time, and I'm a little bit over, but I'm almost made it in 20 minutes, so thank you.
Thank you very much, Stefan. It's been a great presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
By the way, you are like a Hagrid version of Germany. I mean, you know Hagrid from Harry Potter? You don't know? You don't like it? You're too long. I mean,
sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding.
It's a good brand in Germany.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm too short, right? Yeah. So thank you again for being here with us, and thank you for great presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
Alkışlarınızla Stefan'ı